Hello and welcome to Global Farm Simulator Network. I'm your host, Green Acres. It's been a while since we've talked, and here I am. I'm on Wild West. A lot's happened since my last episodes. Let's see where I'm at. Bring you up to speed, folks. I am $3,750,000 in debt. Let's start with that number. I've been doing a lot of improvements. You're like, well, Green, how in the hell did a person like you who didn't believe in credit end up so far in the hole? Well, you got to fish a cut bait sometimes, folks, and I had a credit line available to me due to my high net worth, but it's all like land worth. And then I picked up a bunch of equipment at auction and brought it over here. Elm Creek closed down since the last time we talked, so let's bring you up to speed on what we got here. It's early in the morning here on Wild West. It's April. We planted some crops, and we've got about 2/3 of our field here planted. So let's look at what we got here. We've got this beautiful, look at this. We've been watching this junk. We're not selling it anymore. It's the JDG or something like that. Oh, here it is. It's a DB120 that sits and spins on its own. If you don't paint it, if it turns chrome, boy, it's going to turn sideways and tilt. But if you keep it painted, it seems stable, somewhat. Don't listen to me, folks. I'm lying. That one's got to be deleted. So I picked this up at auction. This used to be my harvester on Elm Creek. They shut it down due to lack of interest. So they euthanized the server. So due to eminent domain, I got to move my buildings over here. So the two sugar factories that you lovingly recall as having been on Elm Creek are now here, free of charge, along with my building that generates income every day because of the solar panels on it. We picked up the harvester, the sugarcane harvester, at auction for short money, and we picked up this guy for short money too. Moved them both here. I know that sugarcane isn't the most popular thing to plant, but hey, that damn stuff comes back over and over and over without doing jack diddly to it. So how can you not love something as popular as that? All right, so we got a sprayer here. Let's see what else we got. We decided to equip up here a tiny bit, and when we moved the barn here, we did some paving work. We spent a little bit of money here getting this ready to go. But you can see everything's here. We moved it from the refinery. Hey, I got a great deal on this. I think I paid like $10,000 for this. Not bad. $100,000 unit at auction. Oh, look at my new kit here. Look at this. I picked up a T9, a tracked one at auction as well. I brought that here, and you can see I've got my cane seeder. Oh, still full of sugar cane from planting. It's an expensive little unit. It's not very wide, but it gets the job done. And here's my old Gfsn. I'm up to 11 hours on that, folks. This one's a brand spanky new. I got this at auction, 3.2 hours on it. So we're doing good. It's a T9. And boy, we needed something big to work these fields. So here we are, our new home. If we come around the side here, I've been building away here. I noticed I talked to you once about putting a cow barn here, but we got the factory thing going on. So we got this guy producing, and we've got this guy producing. So let's go grab a truck and get these into our pallet storage here. And so we have room to make more before the factory stops running. And we'll put it in here. As you can see, it says it's empty. This is a security feature and a lie, because watch. I'll get closer, and I'll hit R, and look at that. I've got 80 pallets of sugar in here. Go figure, huh? But the thieves don't know it. To them, it's empty. Don't look beyond the end of your nose. That's what you're going to find. So I'm okay with that undocumented feature. How about you? All right, so we got to go get that sugar moved out of that factory this morning. So we're just doing a little catch-up work. It's Friday in Boston. Well, not really Boston. We're an hour north in the Monadnock Mountains. Smallest town south of the White Mountains. Only 243 people in this town. Surrounded by wetlands and in the nape of a mountain valley on top. Yeah, some people have heard about us up here. This is New Hampshire, the live, freeze, and die state. Oh, did I say that? I mean live free and die. Just don't bother anyone up here while you're doing it. Okay, so here we are. We are in the shop. And we're, oh my God, look at the paint wearing off on this. This is my workhorse. I've got this, I've got a pup trailer, I've got a roller in here. This is my new Phoenix that I bought, in case you weren't around. I love this guy. We've got a flatbed right out here, so we're going to grab him. She's a nice rig, folks, and we're going to drive her out. We put in a fertilizer tank there and built this garage. This garage was moved over from Elm Creek. We bought a breedall to get stuff spread in our fields. We had to lime them. It took like $100,000 to get this field up to snuff, and it's being re-rocked right now. Oh, looks like the server's saving. There we go. Let's pick this baby up. Get this flatbed. This is an auto loader. Put that on there. And we're good to go. Let's go get us some flour. Get that moved down into the basement so we have room for more. It's Wild West here, folks. You might have remembered it from FS19. It's a 16x map. Kaz lovingly redid it. It's shockingly beautiful now with the eye candy here. We're running the second release of it. And we're moving some sugar into pallet storage. We'll pull right up in here, right next to these bad boys, and let her load up. Gas is expensive, even though I do own a refinery in this server. Oh, Green, you're like, how did you get into that kind of debt? You're looking around saying, well, I can see that, but you said most of this was already paid for and from Elm Creek. Yes. I've got surprises for you. They're on Ricky's Creek. I went full tilt. We Say So decided that players cannot own mines on Ricky. Those belong to We Say So. They're exploitable. There's a lot of product in the ground, a couple of belts, and you could make millions in a short amount of time. So I've been forced to sell my two mines that I had, which weren't making any money. I bought the silt mine, and figuring I'd sell the goods to Gramps so he could make seeds out of it and stuff. But then he decided that he could grow the stuff cheaper than he could buy it from me. Boy, all of a sudden my silt factory wasn't making any money because Gramps found a cheaper source once I raised my prices. Isn't that funny how the free market works? So I was rather happy when We Say So said, hey, you can't own that. You can put a belt in there and drain that thing and have billions of dollars. They do allow you to own the factory, which is the same thing, but it doesn't come with the product on the ground. So you put water and diesel in, and out comes clean fill and coal or ore or whatever you're growing. So players are allowed to own those. We also had a ruling on factories that players are no longer allowed to buy existing factories on the map. They will always exist as competition and will be owned by We Say So. If a player wants a factory, they have to build their own now on their own land. That's effective as of March 23rd going forward. So anyone who builds a new factory, remember, you have to supply the land. You can't buy one that's out there. All right? Those will always exist as a counterweight. In case your prices get too high, well, you got We Say So competing with you. So that'll keep the players honest, won't it? So back to Ricky. Ricky is our factory and job server. So I was forced to sell the coal mine and the silt mine back. When I did that, I decided what's the one thing people can't live without, including factories? And it's fuel. So I cast off those troublesome coal and silt plants and I bought oil wells instead. Yeah, I didn't buy the ones in the map. I built my own. And then, well, I got to thinking those were $750,000 a pop. That's a relative bargain. But you need drill pipe to run them and you need coal. I was like, oh, damn. how am I going to come up with that stuff? That stuff, buying the drill pipe for the oil wells is prohibitively expensive. It's like $790 a pallet. I'm like, holy crap, I'm going to go to the poor farm. Um, well, after I bought the oil wells, I figured, hey, I need a refinery, right? So there went like $1.5 million for a refinery, and I built that on my land. So now I've got a refinery and 2 oil wells, and I said, hey, if I'm out borrowing money from the bank, whoops, this truck's full. Let's move it to storage. If I'm out borrowing money from the bank, I could also make some money off compost, right? Because all of these new orchards and everything else are going to need compost, and nobody's producing it. So I'm like, okay, I think I will do that. And I bought a compost plant. There goes another $750,000 on top of the $1.5 million for the 2 oil wells, and on top of the $1.5 million or 1.6 for the actual refinery that I bought, in addition to the one I own here. But I bought a real one on Ricky that actually uses crude oil and can produce plastic and other refined products. So I've got a lot of factories now. But wait, there's still more. I bought another one. Mammoth Mill, the producer of the drill pipe. I figured I might as well secure the whole supply line. Well, I get gouged on my number one expense is going to be drill pipe. So I bought Mammoth Mill for like $1.2 million. It's the mega mill now and I built it on lot 3. So lot 3 is getting kind of crowded now, and it was planting time. So I said, my compost loves straw. So I decided to do some wheat to feed the grain factory that I own on Ricky. So it's a convoluted, twisted world, folks. And wait, there's more. Because I also have a full 100 hectares or 100 acres of canola growing on Hastings. It's going to be coming in just a few days. And while I was at it, I got busy here on this server, and I planted 1/3 of the field. I'll show you here in a second. Let me go get some more sugar. Daddy needs money. And we're putting this stuff into that empty pallet storage silo. It shows it's empty, but I got a heap of sugar if anyone's moonshining and wants to make some. So, but I think I'll be selling it soon because I have a loan payment coming up, and boy, if I don't start paying off this loan, it's going to eat me alive, folks. So I got to come up with some money here along the way. So I actually have to start working these factories and making money. If you can believe it, huh? Boy, like Green, how do you find time for all this? 7 days a week, it's a job, let me tell you. I just can't stop playing. This game is so physically addictive. And I could go all day. It's no longer just a game of sitting in your tractor and farming one field. You got the time, baby. We got the work, and we got the excitement and the fun and the good equipment and, things that pay. Here's my fields. Look at this. See this? This is all... Get out and show you. It's all sugarcane growing. Let's bring up the map. I'll show you how big this is. Here I am, and look, half of the field is, 1/3 of the field here is planted sugarcane. This other third here is done with sugar beets. And I've got this section over here, and I think we're going to winter a crop and do our first cash crop of mustard. Yeah, I saw this stuff going for like almost $2,000, and I'm like, I never tried growing mustard. So we're going to try doing a winter rotation of mustard. And you can see here that is due out in, let's see, mustard. We'll be putting it in the ground in September. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days away, which ironically will be just when we're getting ready to harvest the sugar beets. Sugar beets and sugar cane, both at the same time. So we don't know if we're going to be able to actually physically have time to get all this sugar cane out of the ground. So we may have to buy a few harvesters if we can come up with the money to put other players in, because one little 3-row harvester won't get through this. I don't think there's not enough time. So we're going to have to expand our operations, hire a bunch of players to show up. And I don't know, maybe we'll do something sweet, like give them a partial piece of the harvest. So every one you bring in for We Say So, you get to keep a load for yourself. So we're going to do some sort of incentive like that to get all this harvested, because there's no way on God's green earth that we can run at 3 miles an hour all day long to pull that in. So we're going to bring in other players, and the goal is that we will pick some up for free out of that, rather than letting it go to waste. Until we have the means and the crew to harvest it, we're going to profit share, and we're going to ask players, hey, what would I say if, it's like pick your own strawberries, right? If I say, okay, you pick one for me and pick one for you. So every truckload you dump in a factory of sugarcane, you get to go harvest one for yourself. And if you want to sell it on the open market, you can. If you want to keep it, you can. If you want to sell it to our factories, you can. Versus paying people. How about that, huh? We'll provide the harvester. All right, so we're all socked in here. These guys are all put to bed. And I picked up a full load off that other guy and 2 more pallets. So that's going to be 37,000 off of that guy. Now, when I take from my factories, what I do is I keep track of it. So I just took one from A1, and I took 38,000 from that other guy. All right, so there we go. So because they're factories, and this is Global Farm Simulator Network, let's see if we're still logged in. F5 always before you do transactions to make sure, that you're still logged in. Otherwise, I might get credit for your sale. Yes. All right, so let's hop into this here. So now I've just got to go tell it that I just transacted with the factories. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to My Factories, and drop down, and I'm going to say, hey, where art thou? So it was Sugar Shack B, the second one back. I bought from the factory. I took 38 crates of sugar. So 38 pallets, they were 1,000 each. So I'm going to put in 38, and I'm going to buy those. Now, notice my money doesn't go down, because essentially what happens here, and I'll show you in another window, is if we look at my ledger, because I own the factory, you can see right here that I had a direct sale. Someone bought sugar. They purchased 38 at $9.34 each at 10:58 a.m. Oh boy, hey, guess what? It's 10:58, and that was me. However, because I own the factory, I got that money right back into the other pocket at 10:59.19. Instantaneously, it paid me that money because I am the registered owner of the factory. So it's going from one pocket into the other, and now those belong to me. I have a clear title for those goods, and you can see that it's in my pallet storage facility here. All right, so now I got to go tell it I took one from the other guy to keep my book straight. And you're like, well, Green, why are you doing that anyways? Well, there's a simple reason, and I'll show you. It's because now when I come here and I go to A, I did buy from the factory. I bought one. So you notice when I sold sugar cane to the factory, I just entered it in. So now I'm buying, I bought 1 pallet of sugar. So we're going to take that off here. And it's gone, okay? So that's in my inventory. So you're like, well, why are you doing that, Green? Well, if I go here and look, if you see all of my factories, they track income and expenses. So here, whenever I buy something, the charge goes here and gets listed. So you can see that when I'm buying raw inputs for this factory, they go here. So that's why I come here and I say, if I'm buying, I sell to the factory. So if I buy this from We Say So, I purchase it there, I come here and I enter in the amount that I bought. And this allows me to keep track of not only my inventory, and all the other players can see this and buy and sell to me, but it also keeps track of my income and expenses. So you can see sugar is a pretty sweet racket. My expenses have been 119, and my income here is far exceeding that on a good scale, probably like 2/3. You can also see my refinery is positive; it's making money. I shelled out $916,000 in related expenses, and my income has been 1.3. Now, this doesn't include the cost of the building or the equipment that you run or anything. It's only the price of raw materials that you purchase and refine into other things, okay? So just to set the record straight, but here's how we track it all and know whether our factory is making money or whether it's losing money. It's a pretty simple process. So now I've got the sugar. It's in my own personal storage here, and I can, sell this or do whatever I want to it, and I've gotten it out of the way. So you can see, silo is empty. Let's get closer and hit R. Okay, I've got 122 pallets of sugar for sale. So that's about $122,000 sitting here that I can clean up on anytime I want. You're like, but Green, how do you sell those? Well, since I own them, I just have to pick a spot in the market where I'd want to sell them. So I can do that a bunch of different ways. I can go to my factories here, and I can say, hey, what have I got? And I'll go, okay, well, I've got the Sugar Shack. So if I go to buy from the factory, I can click on sugar, and it will take me to the markets. And here we are. And then they're shown by server in descending price. So it's easy to find the best price in our system. Let's go look, and we're on Wild West. So the Sugar Shack is that's me selling it. And you can see the dairy's buying some. He needs 8 pallets over at Grandpa's Wild West Dairy. So I could sell 8 of those for $9.29 to him. The warehouse market is also buying them for $9.26. Fast food restaurant, the bakery. There's actually a sugar mill here that has -4 available. How tragic. They're out of sugar. Well, we've got some if you players need some. And the harbor and so on down the list. So because I own it, I can sell it anywhere. And if I wanted to sell to them, I just go to naturally the highest price one, which would be Grandpa's. And I could deliver him 8 units of sugar and just bring the pallets over on my auto loader, click in the 8 that I'm selling to him, and poof, Grandpa gets debited, and I get that money instantly into my wallet here. So we've externalized all the factories, folks. If you're still living in the slot dream, remember, player slots are for casinos. They don't belong in a farming game. We're in a free and open market here, and we can trade with each other. We've monetized the factories, so you don't even have to be here to buy and sell. These damn things run themselves, and quite profitably, I might add. And we've got a lot that we're not telling you about them as well. So that's our move here. We've got them into storage. We've got 122. It shows the silo is empty, so we don't have to worry about people stealing them. But if someone wants to buy them, contact me, and we'll sell you some, or you can buy them from our sugar factories. We're not the cheapest around, but hey, we've got inventory here, right? So we're done diddling with this. Let's move along. Let's go put this truck back. We gotta head off to the refinery and do some work over there too today. So I'm gonna park this guy right back here. All right. Big Green is back. Nothing to see here. Well, we're going to head back and we're going to head over to the refinery and do some work over there now that we've finished up. Nothing to do here. I'm going to go check on some other things in other places, right? So much to do here at Green Acres. Holy Moses. All right, so let's grab this tanker. Let's head down to the refinery. Now, I know I've got pallets there to move and get them loaded into bulk storage. However, I don't have, it looks like there's an output on the side of the silo where I don't have to deal with pallets. I think I can take it as bulk in a tanker, but I don't know that. So we're going to go give it the collegiate try here this morning over at our refinery. Now, I'm very uncomfortable having all this debt, and there's a lot more stuff that I need. And I'm contemplating a move off of Hastings. But I don't know, I could just as easily plant that with soy and do some cash crops for a while until these loans are gone. We may have to do that since we have a seed hawk over there. Selling it might cost us a lot of money, but it's a 65, and we did want to upgrade to the 82-foot Seed Hawk and somehow get it back over here where we can use it, or over the Ricky. Probably going to put it over to Ricky and leave what we have here for farming, as this is an ideal setup. It's a sweet setup. Pardon the pun, but we do own 2 sugar plants. We just did our first planting of sugarcane, and boy, let me tell you folks, that thing sucks up seeds. I went through 100,000 in seed. Oh, don't stop there. Oh my God. Traffic. Roadhog. At least I've got a little horn on this thing. It's not obnoxious like the other one. Remember, drive safely. These little cars can ruin your day if they flip you over and scatter your goods all over the street. So we're heading to our refinery. Yeah, we're tailgating. Maybe we can pretend we're in Boston and give them a taste of what it's like to drive around here, huh? Yeah, we got insurance, and it's no fault. So, hey, if I hit you, it ain't my fault. There we go. Let's push them through this intersection. Hey, this is called drafting. You ever seen anyone do this? You get better mileage when you follow within inches of a big rig. I mean, this is reverse drafting, but it's the same principle. I once drove like 2 states, Pennsylvania and Ohio, with 1 tank of gas by, following within 2 inches of a truck in front of me. But bear in mind, this was in the days of CBs, and I had his permission. I asked him if I could draft him, and he said sure. So that he promised me he's not going to make any rash moves that would, cause me to eat his bumper and become decapitated if he slams on those air brakes. But that's a risk, right? His hose could break, and boy, I ain't stopping like all those wheels he's got. But in my defense, cars were built differently back then, so they actually had some. Hey, is this where I'm going? I see activity over there. Better check my map. Can't tell the players about the scorecard on this server. It's a big server, folks. So if you're not in it, Global Farm Simulator Network. Join today, play tonight. It's that simple. Watch a few videos and get the hang of it. And come join us. We don't have player slots. We have real world dynamics here, That's all I can say. I'll check out a separate video I'll do on slots and how to know if you've got slot-titis. Better see your doctor on that one. Okay, so where are we heading? Well, we're going over to my refinery. It's down yonder here, so we're on the right path. Let's make this turn and get over there. We got some discovery work to do. We still don't know how our factories work yet, right? It's pumping out crates like a welfare mom pumps out kids. And we do have a flatbed for processing. Hey, I think that was a shortcut. No, it's not a shortcut. Keep going. All right, I will. Thank you. It's a sunny day here in New Hampshire. It's Friday, March 25th or so, they tell me. Who knows how right your calendars are? And who's this Gregorian guy anyways? And how did he come up with it? All mysteries to be discussed some late night. All right, so we're rolling. We're looking for our factory. Like, Green, you got a lot of stuff. Well, yeah, I've been playing for quite a while. Oh, no, this is Shady's. Hey, but while we're going by, I think I'm just going to stop here in the middle of the road, turn on my lights, screw the traffic. Hey, ain't that pretty? Look at these. Don't you love these blinkers, how they run out to the side like that? I tell you, it's an epileptic seizure on wheels. Just watch them lights. So, let's see what Shady's got. Shady's got some new stuff. Ooh, he's got a top liner. A Dutz Far. That's a nice little cheap unit. A forage harvester. Oh, Daddy wants one of these. Oh, yeah. He can make some money on that. Wonder what he wants for that. Let's go look on the website. This is Shady's used car lot. We have them on all servers. Players sell used equipment. You can drive what you buy right off this lot. All right, so let's go take a peek at Shady's and see what he wants for this gem. So we go to equipment and we go to Shady's equipment and pick the server. Well, we're on Wild West, Green. Oh boy, Shady's got couple of seed tenders. Oh, yeah, you wait till I get one. Look at this. Buy it now cash for 61 cents. Holy crap. And here I've got one back there. Wow. I think I'm going to sell mine and buy his. So, oh, wow, there's a dolly over here, too. It's a K105. Oh, here it is. Look at this guy. 184 grand. I think he goes for a lot more than that. Well, I don't have enough cash to buy it. It's not offering me the in-game cash option. Oh, dear. I don't have any money for it. Well, what do you want? I'm so far in debt. But, hey, I can make some money here. Watch this one. If I go home, I go to my equipment, and I sell. I just bought this thing yesterday. I swear to God. Where is it? I bought myself a seed tender. And we're on Wild West. Here it is. Look. I paid $19,000. So if I sell this to Shady's, I can get $11,000 for this thing. It's got 1 hour on it. And boy, I tell you, I'm gonna sell that to Shady's. There we go, Shady. You now own that. And if I go look home, go look at my ledger. Let's see what just happened. All right, I just got $11,880 for selling that seed tender to Shady that I just bought yesterday. And now you know where I'm going, don't you? Exactly. When players sell it, they get it at auction dirt cheap, or they sell it somewhere, you get that bargain. It gets passed on. If the player doesn't get that vehicle reassessed to a higher value before selling it, by either selling it to another player or requesting a reassessment of that vehicle to get it priced properly again, then, Shady will only give him a percentage of what he paid. So we're going to take advantage of that right here. And we're going to go back to Shady's. Oh, this is my equipment. Oh, it's not the right place. We're going to go here. We're going to say Shady's equipment. And we're heading back. Always keep your eye on Shady's, folks. I mean, seriously. It's a great deal. All right, so this was Wild West. We're going back here. And guess what? He's got 3 of them. He's got the one I sold him, which he's now marked up, the other one. And he's got this one for 61 cents in-game cash. I am definitely going to take that one. I think it's got probably about 5 hours on it roughly. So I'm going to purchase this, although the hours, you can't tell it. You're just buying it. It's got 0. So that's great. The one I got has got 0 hours too. Well, very few hours. So look at this. I am getting a seed tender that I just paid 20 grand for yesterday and then sold it back to Shady for 11,000. And now I'm buying another one that a player sold that he probably got for, I don't know. He probably bought that thing for like $1,000 at auction or $100. And now I'm getting it for 61 cents from Shady's. So I'm going to click yes. And in my equipment now, if we go look, you will see I just made some money. I just upgraded. Look, I paid 61 cents for this. Now, isn't that better? And I pocketed $11,000 of that 20 grand I spent. So now the loss isn't so bad. Look at what I paid for this big guy. I bought him at Shady's, right? And, see that? See what he goes for? $419,000 for this puppy. I bought him at Shady, and I bought him at auction. Even better than Shady's. And I paid 160 grand for that at auction. So let me show you a few of the other good deals I got. I paid full boat for the trucks. They're worth every penny. I got this guy at auction, my cedar, right? So this guy is 85 grand new, my 2-row planter, and I think I bought him at auction for $500. So this isn't where my money went, folks, when I went in debt. Oh, look at this. I picked up down on Ricky's. I picked up some forestry equipment. And I picked up a tractor. Look at this. I got a Fendt Vario at the auction for $280. The base price is $280. I paid $70,000 for that and had it shipped over here. And it's got the 942 motor and the wheel weights. How's it go? I clean up, okay? It's like housekeeping. Housekeeping, I clean up, okay? Daddy needs money. So that's what's been going on. So we got a lot of junk down on Ricky's Creek, and that's kind of like what we've been up to here. So, oh boy, we left that truck out in the road. There's no traffic this morning. What do you know? It's my lucky day. I thought I'd have pissed at least 20 AI drivers off, but they're all going the other way, so let's head off. I'm going to my refinery now. I just made 10 grand without even trying. Oh, shit, that's not my refinery. This is the export center. Look at that. Here's Gramps Supply right here if you ever need any. We Say So Factory Only is back in the back of that warehouse. We're going to hey, someone building down there? Getting to be a popular server. This is a big server, folks. It's 16x. This thing is massive. If you're going to go somewhere, take the highway. Trust me. You take my advice and head on over to that highway, well, you're going to be all day getting there. Don't you dare run it. I will hit you. There we go. All right. We're here. This is my refinery. Ain't she sweet? So I've got all this product that's been manufactured. And she's just sitting there. I've got an extra tanker back there. I don't know how to get the product in here. I'm wondering if I can just load it right into the tanker. So I've been moving it on crates over to the guy on the left there, that my own, and then pumping it out from there and exporting it to another server and so on. But look at this. It's got some type of pumping point here. So, oh, you're not going to... Are you kidding me? Oh, are we saving? Yep, apparently we are. It's about every hour for the saves, folks. Oh no, I cannot fit under that. What do you know? Objects are larger than they appear. It's always the opposite. Objects are smaller than they appear. Not here. This is Alice in Wonderland world where that truck looks like it can fit, but she ain't going in. What do we got in this tank while we're here? Here's where I load all my pallets. Here's where people can come buy cheap fuel from me. Oh, I got 4,100 in there. So let's see if we can't get some bulk out of this. Boy, that would make my day. To not have to transfer those pallets into the tank and all that work. If I'm exporting, I don't have to export anymore. Oh boy. Can I get under this thing with this damn bridge in the way? It could be a problem. She don't want to load. What does this thing output? It says that it outputs something. Please work. Alright, so has this thing got covers maybe? Open cover, Z. What the hell is that? And it lights up on the ground? That don't look like a cover. It looks like a PVC pipe running around the damn thing. Oh, let's see if she'll fill. Open next cover. No, nothing comes out when you hit R. V, lower tanks transport liquids. Lift tanks transport liquids. B, can I get some fuel? Open next cover. What the hell do these things do? Hey, oh, Z, next cover. Does that one work? Gimme. I need this fuel. Oh, let me guess. This stuff don't work at all. Lift tanks transport. V. Oh, lift it. Hey. You're going up or down. X. Lower the vehicle. Oh, we can go down. Hey, maybe that's how I can get under here. Can I get under here when it's lowered? Oh, I sure as shoot can. Dumbass. Green. You gotta get up pretty early in the morning. Can we load this thing? No, it's not going in. Z. Open cover. There. Go in. Boy, I just don't want to go in. Maybe it's back here. There's got to be a trigger to get fuel into this damn thing somewhere. Oh, don't scratch that chrome. Oh my God. I get yelled at, Green. Nope, she ain't auto-loading in here for nothing. Maybe this tanker doesn't take what? No, it takes diesel. All right, so it was a pleasant thought while it lasted. But unfortunately it won't take it. So we're moving fluids the old-fashioned way here, folks. We're going to take this and we're going to park it. Oh, Jesus, now the cover opens. There we go. All right, so you're shut. Let's put this guy back. And we're going to go get the autoloader and process this diesel on the server. So now you just hang on one moment, and we'll get to that. All right, so I'm going to hit Q, drop you. I'm going to raise you up, too. There we are. Now we're going to drop you. Hey, don't sink. Oh, there we go. It's rising. Just like bread. All right. So now we got to do the hokey pokey here and get these pallets loaded. Onto this old janky one. I'll pick that up. And we're head over here. And we're gonna score us some diesel. So these pallets are 2,000K each. All right, so let's grab some and get these loaded into our tank for sale to customers on this server who are looking for cheap fuel. Remember, my stuff's only $945 no matter where you get it. Now, you buy this stuff in-game, oh my God, it's going to be like $1,700, $1,200, $1,300. So remember, if you're buying fuel for your farm, you definitely want to make sure you'll be getting it from me direct. You save a pile of money. Oh, sure, I'll take those. I'll load them in. Tap forward and back. Let's go get some more oil here, Green. Now, this refinery makes its oil from canola and sunflowers, and she is stocked to the gills with them. I've been growing, but I actually bought a real refinery over on Ricky that uses crude oil, so no more crops. I'm free of the crops, folks, so I can actually just work my oil wells the easy way. Oh boy, we're getting some stuff up here, ain't we? That looks like I had a lot backed up, huh? We'll just take that all. Boy, we're getting a bumper crop here today, folks. We got a bunch of oil. This keeps coming. Well, I'm going to keep taking it. Let's stack it up, Green. It's money in the bank. And you know what they say. Daddy needs money. So let's keep getting them. That makes room for new stuff to come out. Uh-oh. I think I'm full. Better hit L. There we go. All right, so look at that. And that factory's got no end in sight. What do we got left in here? Holy sweet mother of Jesus. We got a pile of this stuff, don't we? Let's go look in that factory. I got to see this. What do we got left in here? So let's go down to the refinery, Green Acres Refinery. I'm not producing LPG gas. I've just turned that off. I could be. Oh, we're out of canola. So production has ceased. Oh, but we don't need that to make diesel. Look at this. We've still got, we can make piles more. And we've got a bunch of diesel stored. We've also got a bunch of pig food to sell, of all things. All right, so what have I got here? So we've got to count this and pay the factory for it. Keep our expenses straight. We've got 4 levels stacked of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the pallets on top are 6, 12, 18, and they're 4 deep. So how much is that? So 18 times 4. Yeah, I know I could do it, but we'll do it. We'll use a calculator. 18 times 4 equals 72. And these are 2,000 per pallet, so times 2 to get the total amount of fuel that we're buying from the factory here. 144,000 we've got on this one truckload of fuel. Well, that's some fuel, folks. And we're not going anywhere with it. We're just simply going over here to load it into our tank. But I've got to pay for that. imagine she is full now. 25,000. See? That's where we get. So I'll leave that parked there, and anyone who fills up, it'll automatically take it from the truck and give it to them. That's all we had to do. So we're going to shut this puppy down, turn off the lights, and just leave her parked there. We're good to go on that. And we're going to mark that as a delivery, and we'll update the inventory on that pump. So we are going back to our home page, and we're going to go to factories. We're going to go to My Factories, and we're going to record this transaction. So from the Refinery Direct on Wild West, I bought from the factory, and I took 144K of diesel. I bought that. It's mine now. Oh, I got some money in my wallet there, too. Did I sell something? What the hell did that come from? My Ledger, credit servers, Refinery Direct sale. Huh, diesel, used equipment purchase. I got some of that back. No, everything's going fine. All right, so we've had no income yet. We're still floating around where we were. We've marked that as available. We bought it from the factory. So let me go back to my factory page now. And Refinery Direct on Wild West. So if I buy from factory, you can see I sell diesel. And I now need to go in and update this because I now have on hand 144 plus, so I have 25. I have 25 in the truck. Let's see what we have in total. Do this the right way. So the truck says that it has, it's not really telling us what it has, but we know it's got 144 on it roughly, unless some of those pallets are empty. And we know that there's 25 in the tank. So potentially that gives us a value here of, and this is what's for sale to people, so it doesn't have to be perfect. We know that what we have for sale here is 144 plus 25, so that's 169K of diesel that's available for sale here. And while we're here, we said we're the cheapest, and we mean it. So we're going to go to My Factories, and we're going to adjust the pricing on that because we're too high on here, and we need to lower prices now that it's in abundance again. So we're going to set the sell price, and we have diesel, 169 available. This is going for $946.5, folks. Best price you're going to find anywhere. Save a bundle, buy direct from me. You come over to this tank, and you fill up. That's this tank out here, and you bring the product home, or you can buy pallets direct from the factory right here, and you can see that we better inventory the factory so people know, but he's got plenty, so it depends on what you want. So we're all set on this server. We've done our jobs here. We've got some sugar that we can sell, and we've got some we can sell it to Gramps and some other places. So let's blast off this server. We've completed this server for now. All right, so we're going to quit here. And we're going to head over to another server. Okay, so we are going to head over to Ricky's Creek. Well, actually, we're going to go check our crop on Hastings, but we don't need to do that right now. We're going to go over to Ricky Creek. Check out the factories there. We'll show you what we've got in the next episode. That's it for today, folks. So be sure to tune in later for the next exciting episode of Farming with Green Acres on Global Farm Simulator Network. Join today, farm tonight. Lose the slots and come join us here. See you in the next episode, folks. Take care.